Alright, picking back up where we left off. Another little living room. Ceilings come down, vault it, peak here, then go back up. It does, you did pick up, it does have popcorn throughout. I haven't looked in every room, but popcorn in here so far. Fireplace, wood burning in the corner. And again, view leading out to the pool. Good size TV, good size walls for just about anything. And it's nice to have a high window up there just to have natural light to flow in. Another natural flowing light. It's hard to see, but that's actually like a solar light where you're just basically open for any sunlight. Original bedroom before any expansion was done. Again, the floors consistently stay the same. Windows are single pane, original. Nothing fancy about them. They're just single pane, aluminum, bronze paint. Get our light to calibrate. And this is where the other bedroom. This is the bathroom. And nice tile. Nice granite on top. Original Kent vanity. It's a newer toilet. Tile in here looks to be a little bit newer. Put a shower pin on the bottom. Some people do it. Some people do not care for it. I'm not a fan of it, but it makes sense. It's actually pretty smart to do it sometimes from a cost standpoint. Certain things that you see are like things like this that are kind of unfinished. Maybe that's a chair rail. So I don't know if they had something going on here or they're just redoing it. Now you got the nice features like this, but then you have that and stuff like that. It's just unfinished. Now, this bedroom here was part of the original house, and this is kind of where you go into that addition out there. So this is the quirk, because you're now coming from a room, you have to travel through a room to get into a room. Not that big of a deal because you can access it from the bathroom, but this wall here basically was the side of the house. So this is more than likely a block wall, and just you can kind of see the thickness of the wall in here, of how they had to cut this open for the French doors. Now, I spoke with Pierrette about how we could fix this quirk and make it more of a traditional room. Depending upon how it was cut, you could really close this area there and open up that area there, create a hallway here. So you have the hall, you come in, instead of coming into the room, this is the hallway like here. So you can go into that room, and then there's a wall here, and this is a smaller room, but at least it's a room. And then this is a room, and this is a hallway. That would be the fix to remove this quirk. And again, this is a project because I don't know how this is cut or supported. That's something where it's above my pay grade. I don't know that. But I'm almost certain this was all block wall here. In any event, that's the only thing I can kind of think of, is maybe someone else would have a better plan that's more skilled. They continued the vaulted concept in here, so it's nice and airy, nice and spacious. This could become, really a whole wing for someone to come and stay and really have their own privacy. They could have a bedroom, you make that their office or sitting area, their own private bathroom. So it's kind of nice. There is that quirk going through a room to get to a room. We'll run outside, say hi. It's a fat dog. Pool area is nice. Pavers throughout. A couple more loose. Not a big deal, they're easy fix. Looks like to be a PebbleTech pool. A little blemish right there, but overall it's in really good shape. Framing, you can see a little rust up there. The green from the pollen that dropped from the trees that we just came out of season. This here is the other side of the master bedroom. And this wall here and this wall here is wood frame, wood stucco over. Not a big deal, just makes you wonder, was it an addition or not or whatever, but no one had the answer for me, so it's not a big deal, it's just something I kind of picked up on. Screws missing here because this is a door, so those would have to be fixed. A couple pops right there, and just make sure you paint over any new screws just to kind of keep them from rusting out. You know, just house is 1990. It really isn't in terrible shape. You know, it's a tough comparison because of what we just walked away or didn't get a chance to get on that last house. There's no comparison from a condition standpoint. That one blows this one away, of course. This one just has some maintenance. That it's, you know, it's a little deferred. Maybe these people just didn't have the time or the energy or the wherewithal. Overall, the house is nice. It's in a great neighborhood. You know, it's got a lot of promise. The roof is new. The floors are new. The granite's new. So a lot of things to kind of lean on. And definitely something to consider, because it has a lot going for it. The approach into the neighborhood from other neighborhoods, you know, some of the other homes are kind of older, smaller, quirky. We drove through this area, so you know it. Fortunately, you're in an area that's stepping up. It's bigger homes, nicer homes. So from this wall over is the addition from the rear side. That's the air conditioner. I believe it was 98 when it was replaced. I don't know about the handler, but the condenser shows 1998 when it was made, so it was probably installed 99. This pretty much ends the tour. We'll go and end it.